please join me in welcoming Joe B.
Morning. Hi there, I'm Joe Belfiore, and I manage a part of Terry's team that's focused on PCs, tablets, and phones. And I'm excited to be here today with all of you to give you a first look at Windows 10 and how we've updated across that wide range of devices. He kind of gave an intro already, so are you all ready? Would you like to see a demo? Yes, demo, yeah, all right. Let's come right over here. And the first thing I want to do is recap some of the work that we've done on the core experience in the PC since we first announced Windows 10 back in September and started up our Insider program. So you can see here I've got my demo machine set up. The taskbar is a little more streamlined here. We have our search box that we added throughout as we were going along the Insider program. I'll open up the Start menu. You'll see the visuals have evolved a little bit there. And one of the features that people have asked about a lot, we now have in our builds, that's the ability to take the Start menu full screen. So all those people with touch devices or that are comfortable with and like the Windows 8 style of UI for the Start menu now have a customization option that lets them use the PC the way they would like. And of course I can go right back here and put it back to its small mode, which is familiar to those people coming from Windows 7. Now, another of the areas that our insiders asked about and that there were a bunch of questions around was how are we going to deal with the touch gestures and how is the charms bar going to evolve? And I want to show you here, when I pan in from the right, we now bring up our updated Action Center. And the Action Center is the place where you can do quick actions, like down here on the bottom. I can expand these quick action buttons, and you'll see I have things like a fast way to turn on or off airplane mode. Up above, we have notifications, and these are coming from all the apps that you have installed on your system. And one of the cool new things in this build, I can expand these notifications here, and you'll see that applications can add in things like buttons or images or edit controls. So as notifications appear, you can interact directly with the app in a way that the software developer designs up front. Now, one last thing I want to show here in this sort of core experience evolution is how we're evolving our settings experience. So I'm going to go right here and touch all settings. We've heard our insiders say that they'd like us to fix up the confusion between the control panel and the settings in Windows 8. So we're going to bring those things together in one UI that'll be familiar to people coming from Windows 7 and handy for people used to Windows 8. So that's the core, sort of the core shell. The other thing that we really talked about in September that's very important to Windows 10 is the Continuum feature. And Continuum is about enabling a two-in-one device like this, which I've been using like a laptop, to transform elegantly into sort of a tablet form factor. So let me restore some windows here, and you'll see I've got a bunch of windows open in various positions on the screen. I can move those around, use my mouse and keyboard. But when I remove the mouse and keyboard, you'll see we get a little pop-up here. Do you want to enter tablet mode? I'll choose that, and now my windows are full screen. And I can use this in a very natural way like a tablet. I can left swipe in to get task switching and then switch between full screen apps. If I touch the Start button there, you'll see it's now automatically the full screen Start menu, which I can use touch gestures to navigate around. And then, when I'm done using it like a tablet, I snap the keyboard back in, I get a prompt, I can exit tablet mode, and now I'm right back to where I was, able to use it like a PC with windows that are restored, the Start menu back in its small size. And the whole point is a device like this elegantly transforms from one mode to another. And it's happening in a natural way without the UI being something that's confusing to people. And one of the things that we haven't really spent a lot of time showing is how that Continuum experience enables great new PC form factors to feel really natural, like this 8-inch tablet. So here on the 8-inch tablet, which is running that same version of Windows, I'm going to use it like a tablet in this normal way. I can do those same edge swipes you saw. I can use my finger to do things like close apps, so I'll pull that app down to close it. And one of the things that insiders have asked about, is this going to work with Win32 apps the same way? Well, absolutely. I can deal with all my apps, whether they're written to the modern platform or the Win32 platform, in a consistent way and use this device like a tablet. Now, the other thing that I can do here, I can switch between apps. I'll pan in from the left. I'll go to my sports app. But this tablet device, of course, running all the capable features of Windows is a highly powerful kind of thing. I can use touch gestures to move an app over here to the side, and I'm going to do some sports and health and fitness at the same time. I can tile these apps, then I can use touch to move the midpoint. And then, of course, because this is running a full version of Windows, it's a full PC, if I exit that tablet mode, I've got regular Windows with my full taskbar right down here on the bottom, entirely familiar to anyone using a full PC, and you can imagine a small device like this getting docked to a keyboard and mouse and a large screen, and for someone who's a mobile task worker, it works like a tablet while you're out and about, and then it works exactly like a PC when you bring it back and dock it. Thank you, Holly. So that gives you a sense of how the work that we talked about back in September and these core features has evolved since we've done those builds, and how that core experience of Windows really elegantly enables a wide range of device form factors to work naturally the way people will expect in a UI that's familiar to whichever mode of the device they're in. Okay, so that's the part where I want to recap stuff that we've already talked about. From here on out, it's all new. And before I jump into some new demos, I want to point out to all of you in the room and to our insiders on screen, I'm going to be showing you builds that are not finished. And so there's a bit of risk in this demo, and in the interest of having our insiders and all of you with us throughout the development process, we're going to see some glitches. But it's our psychology now to involve people in that development process, and I know you're all curious to see. So these features will be coming. I'm going to show you a range of features. They'll be coming over the next 3, 4, 5 months at varied points of time in our insider builds, and you're going to get to see where they're at today. Okay? So for the first new feature I'm going to show, I need a little help. I know she's here somewhere. Luckily, I can simply summon to the stage, hey, Cortana.
Hey, Joe.
What have you been up to lately?
Well, this morning I set a reminder for you.
Lovely. You too? It seems like everyone's in on that. Anything that doesn't involve my hair?
I correctly predicted most of the World Cup games.
Yes, we know you're very smart. You have the Bing engine scouring the internet and learning everything about everything. You can make predictions. If you really want to show off, though, who's your pick for the Super Bowl?
For you, Joe, Hawks by 78 and a half.
Exactly. You know, I heard you've been telling other people something different than that. I guess this proves you really are a personal digital assistant just for me. I know you've been really busy. You've been getting yourself landed on the Microsoft band. You've been traveling to lots of new places. How do you like meeting people in all these other countries?
I love it. It's fantastic. Fantastique. Fantastico. Jolly good.
Very nice. I imagine those phrases are coming in handy in all these countries that you're now in. I understand you've learned a few languages, too.
7, actually. But my favorite new thing are impersonations.
When 900 years old you reach, look as good. You will not.
Yeah, I expect not. It sounds like you've been practicing that one a little bit. Any other big news?
Do you mean like...
Hey, that's not news yet.
Just so you know, I didn't say anything.
Yeah, I wasn't suspecting you. You didn't need to with all these folks on the job.
So it's official?
Let's you and I make it official right now. Cortana, we're excited to welcome you to the PC. All right. So would you folks like to see how we're going to change the PC user experience by adding in a new natural interaction with Cortana running on real builds? Yes, you're all busy typing? Okay, let's switch over here to a demo machine, and I'm going to show you Cortana running on the PC. And I want you to keep in mind, early builds. Early builds. Now, you'll notice here in the builds that we're working on that our insiders will get a chance to try, down here on the taskbar, you'll see Cortana has a home. And that's because you could go there to click and type. but it's also a place where Cortana will occasionally pop up notifications and useful information, because after all, she's personal and she knows things about you and she's there to be helpful. Now, remember Terry mentioned we're really trying to develop the natural interaction for all these devices. So of course, we can talk to Cortana too. Hey Cortana, how does it feel to be on a PC?
Feeling groovy.
I'm glad you are, Cortana. And you know, you all probably are aware that Cortana lives in the cloud. She's been on Windows Phone for a while, and there's lots of things she can do that are helpful in terms of just answering quick questions. Hey Cortana, will I need a coat tomorrow?
You could probably go without one. The forecast for tomorrow shows rain with a high of 50 and a low of 48.
Exactly. And as an entity that's built in the cloud based on Bing and learning all these things about the internet, Cortana keeps getting smarter and smarter over time on whatever device she's on. So she's learned lots of interesting facts that you can now ask questions about. Here's one with a little bit of local relevance. Hey Cortana, how much will it cost to attend the University of Washington?
$12,394 US in 2015.
Exactly. So a lot of you are already familiar with Cortana, and one of the key premises of Cortana is that she's a personal digital assistant who gets to know things about you as you use your PC or your phone, whatever device you're using. And one of the important characteristics for us in designing this Cortana experience was to make sure that she felt like a trusted assistant, and that anything she knew about you was transparent and available for you to manage. And Cortana is even aware of that fact herself. Hey Cortana, what do you know about me?
Well, I have my notebook, so I know what you know you've let me know, you know?
Yes, exactly. She knows what I've let her know about me. And at any time, people can go into the notebook to see what Cortana knows about them. So here's my notebook, and you see I like getting a daily glance of my routine each morning. I track some stocks. I care about lots of sports news, and so on and so on and so on. And anytime I can add new interests to Cortana's notebook manually if I'd like. I can remove things from here if she's learned them incorrectly or if I simply don't want her to know those things. And those interests make her smarter, not just when she answers questions, but also when she pops up information. And whenever you click here to engage with Cortana, the Cortana homepage shows up, and you'll see helpful things that she's providing to you proactively. You can see here she's tracking a flight that my wife is going to be on tonight. Here's some stock information, sports news. Obviously, I'm interested in news about the Super Bowl, and so on, and so on, and so on. So that's Cortana's homepage experience right there, and that's available whenever I click to type. I know a lot of you have tried Cortana on the phone, and when we brought Cortana to the PC, we didn't want to just take only the phone experience and put it on the PC. We wanted to educate Cortana about PC kinds of things so that she would be uniquely useful on the PC device. So there's lots of things that we're teaching her to be able to do that are helpful on the PC. Hey Cortana, show me PowerPoint slides about the charity auction. There we go. Cortana, part of the Cortana experience is a search capability that can look on your local hard drive, in your OneDrive, and even on your OneDrive for Business to aggregate together documents that you might want to be able to find through natural queries, whether you're speaking them or typing them. And that's interesting for business use cases, but it's interesting sort of for personal use cases too. Hey Cortana, show me photos from December. She understands all these data types, and like I said, she's looking at lots of different locations to pull that data together for you in a really natural way. Another thing that we tried to do was to make sure that Cortana, everything I've done so far has been via speech. But we know that lots of users, particularly a lot of Windows 7 users, are accustomed to typing today a limited range of commands into their PC. But now Cortana provides a very rich capability for typing commands into your PC. And we needed to tune this so this would work correctly for the muscle memory of all those Windows 7 users out there. So I can type any of those queries I talked about so far, but also when I do things like type in the name of an app, Cortana is smart enough to filter the choices that she can do for you as you're typing, and then give you the most likely thing that you would want at the press of a return. So here I've typed in part of the word Skype. Cortana recognizes I probably want to launch the Skype app on my PC, but you'll see here as well, she understands all the apps in the store. So this is a way for her to help you find new useful functionality, which are apps in the store. She provides me a quick link to a website. I could jump to Skype.com, and a bunch of candidate web searches that I might do to get helpful information about Skype. Sometimes you'll see settings in there. It's a wide range of things that are all tuned for the PC use case, and you all can try that out when you get a chance to play around with the build. Now, another thing that we wanted to do is to think about the PC sort of as an object in a home or an office. And suddenly, having Cortana on your PC is almost like having another member of the family sitting around able to help you get things done. At my house, we have an all-in-one PC on a desk that's kind of at the corner of the kitchen and the family room. And with Cortana, now it's like there's someone there who I can ask to do things without changing where I am in the kitchen or the family room. Hey, Cortana, play my music.
Queuing up your music.
You can imagine the family dynamic now, and you got this extra member of the family right there ready to tell you facts about the world or play your music or get things done. Luckily, you can say things like, hey Cortana, please be quiet.
Pausing.
I can imagine the change in family dynamics as everybody's asking the PC to do various things in terms of their music and so on. And I got one last thing I want to show you with Cortana on the PC. And that is, I want you to think about how having a speech interaction model that's rich and complete and natural in a way that we think people will really use the PC changes your ability to multitask and be effective and get things done. So I want you to imagine, imagine I'm a financial analyst or an accountant, and I'm working in a giant spreadsheet. And I'm one of these people, I've got like 3 screens filled with Excel cells, and I'm doing my formulas, I'm busy at work, and it occurs to me, oh, I wanted to get a reminder. I wanted to send somebody an email. Well, now I have a personal assistant right there with me whenever I'm using the PC. I can ask her to do things on my behalf. So here I am in my spreadsheet. I want to remember to send an email. I can just say, hey, Cortana, send an email to Terry Myerson.
What's your email about?
A very big moment.
What do you want to say?
This is Cortana's first email from a PC, comma, congratulations, exclamation point.
Email Terry Myerson about a very big moment. Saying this is Cortana's first email from a PC, congratulations. Send it, add more, or make changes.
Send it.
I've sent it.
Great. We'll have Terry forward that on to the team. Hopefully you get a sense that Cortana on the PC really will provide a new natural way for people to interact with these PC devices, whether they're small, light form factors you're carrying around or an all-in-one that's in a room of your home or office. It is the world's most personal digital assistant, and now it's going to be available to millions and millions of people who will all have a chance to get to know Cortana and will continue making her smarter and more capable as time goes on.